Hi, I'm Krista Gibson, and this is Growing Older and Wiser. And as I've said so many times, we're all growing older. From the time we're born, we grow older. So the way I look at it, if I'm going to grow older, which I am, why not grow wiser at the same time? Today I have a question for you. What, if anything, is pulling you forward? When I look at life, my own and that of other people, I realize there's like three momentums going on. One momentum pulls us back. That's when we spend time thinking about the past and the should-have, would-have, could-have, that sort of thing, beating ourselves up, or maybe living with a lot of pride because we did do something really great, but we're still stuck there. Then there's being present or being current. We're not really being pulled one way or another, and in some ways that's good because we're really present, and being present and in the now is really incredibly important. And the other one is what's pulling us forward, and that's what I want to talk about, because something is pulling you forward even when you're present in the now and very comfortable in the now and accepting the isness of life. There is still an undercurrent that is pulling you in one of those two directions from the current, which is the past or pulling you forward. And I want to talk about what's pulling us forward because we can have input into that in terms of what do we want to have pulling us forward? Where do we want to go? What energies do we want to set in place? Because see, what's pulling us forward is not an outside energy or an outside force. It's our soul. And it's us. We're doing it to ourselves. So we're pulling ourselves forward. What's cool is we get to have input on to what's pulling us where. Do we want it to be something positive, something constructive? And it doesn't have to be way far in the future. It can just be, the next recipe we want to try, or the next piece of art we want to draw, or music we want to write, or something we want to build, or our garden, or whatever. Something that is pulling us in a very positive way. And if we can get aligned with that, if we can get aligned with whatever that is and support it for ourselves, we will find going in that direction not only easier and more fulfilling, but it will also open up new worlds to us, because as we move forward, we are allowed to make choices about side streets, and do we want to go look at this? Do we want to go look at that? So once we decide where we want to go, what we want to have pull us forward, we can add to that energy, and it makes the experience so much better. Now, one thing that I recently read and that I'm doing now, and it relates to art projects, but it can relate to anything in your life. And the person said at the end of your day, whenever that is with your project, leave it unfinished. Even if it just means adding your signature, don't finish it, so that when you come back to it the next day, you have a starting point and you don't have to sit there and go, oh gosh, now what am I going to do? And you waste a good half hour of creative time just deciding what to do. That's true in all aspects of our life, I've noticed. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, on one hand, it's kind of cool to go, okay, I got everything done, my to-do list is done, put a bow on it, that's super. And then the next day, what do? You start over again. Well, what if you left some of your to-do list very deliberately? And again, whether this is a project, whether it's things you have to do around the house, things you want to do with your friends, whatever, that you can say, okay, I'm going to leave that undone so that when I come here in the morning, I can dip right into that and then continue on my momentum. That's what I'm talking about, is allowing that energy, that momentum to pull us forward. And again, it's not an outside force that's doing it to you. It's you, it's me, it's us setting that force in motion. And the wisdom of that as we grow older is because we have so much experience, we have so many things that have happened in our lives, and we have so much more knowledge than we had when we were teens or 20s, 30s, 40s, and so on, that when we do decide how we want to move forward, what momentum we want to place, we can really have more finesse to it than we ever had before. We don't have to go down the same roads that didn't work. Hopefully we learn, don't go down that road. It didn't work so well. Go down this road. It worked really, really well. And so I ask you to look at this week. What seeds can you plant for your own momentum? What do you want to accomplish in your life? What do you want to create? Where do you want to go? What do you want to give to other people or to the planet? What do you want to give yourself? We always put ourselves last. I'm really bad about that. And I know that most of my friends on the spiritual path, we are so focused on what can we give to other people and how can we help. And especially today when the world is in so much flux. And the truth is, the best way we can give to the world and to the planet right now is to be the very best us we can be, have the best self-care we can possibly have, allow our creativity to flourish, shine our light, even if there's nobody there who apparently wants it, just shine it. You don't need to know where it goes or who it helps. Those are the ways that we can contribute to the planet while taking good care of ourselves. So hopefully I've made some sense. I kind of feel like I was kind of like this today, and that's okay. I was letting the momentum pull me along. Anyway, have a great week, and I wish for you great wisdom as you move forward in your life.